2020 and day 55 of self-isolation. Historical record first. Could be slightly longer this tonight. Okay, it's been announced that there's 269 UK deaths, making a total of 31,856. And the reason it could be longer is that Prime Minister Boris Johnson did speak unto the nation. And this is regarding the roadmap for the coming out of the lockdown. So what he said is that, firstly, anyone who can't work from home is being actively encouraged to go to work from tomorrow, but please to avoid public transport and maintain social distancing. They mentioned construction, etc. Second thing, public is being allowed to do unlimited exercise from Wednesday, and we can do sport so long as it's with our household members, and we can sit in parks and drive somewhere, etc. Thirdly, from June the 1st, they're talking about the phased reopening of primary schools, reception year 1 and year 6, shops to start opening. Oh, they also mentioned people coming up to exams getting some time to see their teachers before the summer holidays. The fourth thing was that by July at the earliest, some hospitality may be reopening if it's safe. And the last thing was that people entering the UK by air may have to start doing 14 days quarantine, although I don't think they mentioned when this would be. Now all this seems a bit strange to me because, as far as I can see, nothing about coronavirus has actually changed. The virus is still out there. There are still hundreds of thousands of people that are infected. So basically, if you relax the whole thing, I would have thought that the death rate is going to go up. The infection rate and the death rate. Well, we'll see. We'll see if they know what they're doing. Okay. Move on. Today. Yep, with the forecast were right. It was very much colder than the previous days. And it's Sunday. So basically, stayed in, did bugger all. Watched a Sunday matinee type film, one we'd recorded in the past, A Town Called Alice. I'd never watched it before. So there you go. Tick. Done. Yeah, it's set in Malaya during the Second World War. Now what with that, and the VE Day celebrations thing, or the anniversary thing, it did, started me thinking about my own family because, when the VE Day happened and everyone was celebrating, my paternal grandma must have not felt like celebrating very much because my dad was at that stage still a prisoner of war of the Japanese, and we all know how lovely that was. He got used on the Burma Railroad, the Death Railway, and then he got subsequently used as a slave labourer in a Japanese factory. Yeah, no fun at all. It wasn't something that we ever really spoke about. It was, only in very, not very deep terms, shall we say. I mean, yeah, it's all very difficult. And I think when he came back, the awkward thing was people didn't want to talk about it. They just, and barely believed, the reality of what it had all been like. Unfortunately, we received a sun lounger that had seen better days from my mother-in-law. So having removed the barbecue from the garage to make a bit of space, the barbecue is now languishing on the drive, which I shall get rid of at some stage. But the sun lounger, has now taken up its space in the garage, so I'm no better off. And I've now got stuff on the drive as well. Knockout. Hey, be grateful. Be grateful for receiving free presents. Yeah, Suzanne and I got the dinner together. A peanut butter, well, mostly Suzanne. I mean, vast majority Suzanne, of course. But it's a peanut butter chickpea curry, which is, was okay. And yeah, watched a bit of telly, felt cold, stayed in. Gave the Robert Rankin book back to my next door neighbour, and he has now replaced it with another one. I don't know how I'm going to feel about this one, but Terry Pratchett and The Science of Discworld. I've not really got along with Terry Pratchett in the past, but anyway, I'll read it, we'll see how it goes. I'm cold, I'm going to whiz on. The t-shirt, Havana, it says Havana. Yeah, I think I mentioned before I've been to Havana. Although if this t-shirt came from Havana, it would have a B right there. Yeah. That was very good. Enjoyed it. Enjoyed Cuba. But it's all very well being a tourist and looking at how things had survived given the economic blockade of the States and the collapse of the Soviet Union and all of that stuff. But hey, what can I do? Yes, I'm a tourist. So my visit gave them money. So, hey. It was funny though. God, going up the motorways and they had, potholes, for one thing, and people hitchhiking at the side of the motorway with government official types who would flag down locals' cars, or government cars I think it was, to give people lifts. And then every so often you'd see large bits of agricultural equipment just lying at the side of the motorway. The reason it was there was that they could put it across the motorway to stop Americans landing on the motorway, because, such was the, I suppose you could call it paranoia, but given the Bay of Pigs and all that, maybe it's justified. Yeah, and I remember going to, obviously it was like a make do amend society, and I remember going to a local market for local people, using the local money, which tourists don't have. And they had things like, I remember seeing a bicycle seat that was made out of cast aluminium. Comfy. Yeah. I mean, presumably they'd melted down a load of old soft drink cans or something. Yeah. Anyway, I'm cold. It's quite late, so I'm going to go to bed. And I hope everyone's well. And I had an email from my friend Paul Bounds. And it's funny because you don't realise who's watching these little video diaries, but I think he might see them. So I'm going to say, hello Paul and Sherry, hello, hope you're keeping good. I shall email you very shortly. I've been meaning to do it for ages, but I'm going to do it. Anyway, bye anyone who's watching this, and see you tomorrow. Bye for now.